Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be found off my big home. The bees are buzzing in the tree to make some honey just for me. When you look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at the fancy ants, then maybe try a few.
All right. Hello, my name is Max. And I'm here to talk about Filibaba and our latest app. Filibaba makes green recipe apps. So we want to inspire people to cook vegetarian more often. Are there any vegetarians here today? A few? Any vegans? I see one. So I actually ate meat when we started with our first app in 2011. And gradually I started to eat more and more vegetarian food. And I no longer eat meat. And it works. I haven't evaporated yet, at least. So our core values is that vegetarian diet is good for your own health, the environment, and also the animals. So it's boring, but it's important. And we've made 4 apps ourselves that are out in the App Store. And we've been able to try a few different revenue models. So we have both paid and free apps and a freemium app. And we find that for us, the mix works well because they'll boost each other through cross-promotion. So for example, smoothies could get featured, or it has been featured, and we will see revenue increase in the other apps because smoothies is just free. And we're nearing 1 million downloads worldwide across all the apps. So it has to be more than just our parents who use this. And users love the apps. This is a review. Love this app. You can follow interesting recipes or use them as inspiration for your own mix. But they can never get enough recipes. So I just hope that they will expand recipes base in the near future, 4 stars. And this was for the free app, so it doesn't matter if it's free or not. It's just they want more. And so far we've been doing everything ourselves, like coming up with recipes, cooking, shooting photos, writing down the recipes, designing the apps, coding and publishing, and like interacting with users and so forth. But last Christmas, at a Christmas market, we met Vegourmet, which is a new vegan magazine here in Sweden. And we approached them, and they're a great match for us because they wanted a back catalog of recipes. And they have a professional cook, so they make 70 recipes each month with beautiful photos. And so we thought if we work with them, maybe we will finally have enough recipes. So we started working with them in February on an app. And like I say, they have great recipes and beautiful photography. And it's worth mentioning, like, our philosophy is not to convert someone to be a vegan or vegetarian. It's just that it's just food without one ingredient. So we feel it's for everyone, but it's kind of a small niche. So some technical details. We enter the recipes in a custom-built Mac app that we call Recipe Management System, RMS. So it has a Rails backend that's hosted on Heroku. And once we've entered ingredients, we can fetch nutrition data through an API. And the apps share the same basic design. We have features like a built-in timer and timer links, and you can check off steps. And if you pull down over the recipe photo, you can see nutrition with calories and different data, and you can get a full sheet of everything we got. But for Vegourmet, we customized the design to match the look of the magazine. And they, for example, they have portrait photos, custom magazines, like standard magazines. So we changed the photos to be taller, which turned out to be very nice. We're also on the iPad, and it works great both in portrait and landscape, which we think is important because, as far as I know, it's a near 50-50 split of how users interact with an iPad. And the photos look especially incredible on iPad. They become like really big and vivid. And we're also on the Apple Watch. So we use it kind of like a remote for a chosen recipe. And you can see timers, and you can just view them, start, stop. And if you force press on an ongoing timer, you get the option to add more time if needed. Or you can view the ingredients right on your wrist. So this is kind of pushing the boundaries of the first version of watchOS, and we hope to make it like even more useful with the upcoming version. But iPhone is where it matters the most for us. We see 2/3 of downloads on iPhones, and we spend a lot of time on the design. So for example, we have a custom collection view layout, and a photo can occupy twice the size if needed, so it tries to be smart about filling out a screen so there's no gaps. And there's a custom transition going from the grid into the recipe, and you can swipe to the side to view ingredients. And I hope you can tell, because hot dishes, they get a steam effect, which is also seen here. So this I find interesting, like it's a small detail, but it begins to touch upon the uniqueness of cooking with iOS devices. So it becomes almost like a video, right? And some technical details again. The steam is a pre-rendered 2-second loop that's made in Cinema 4D with a Turbulence FD plugin, which can do all kinds of, they call it just liquids. It can do like fire, water, smoke. And then it's rendered to just 1x graphics, because the appearance of steam is very forgiving. And then we set scale and coordinates for each photo to complete the illusion. So our app is paid. So we put a lot of effort into the presentation, and therefore we made an app preview. And we actually bought a voiceover from a voice actor, which was both very fun and difficult, because we had to think of like copy, what kind of voice suits this app, etc. So I'm going to play it to you, and you can judge for yourself.
Introducing Vegourmet, the eco-conscious food magazine from Sweden. Gourmet means using only the best ingredients. It means seasonal cooking and sustainable living. The app offers you the very best vegan recipes and photography from the magazines. Everyone is invited to a delicious vegan table with an exclusive gourmet twist.
So there you go. So we're off to a great start. This is at launch, the overall top chart in Sweden. And for a few hours, we outsold Minecraft. So I thought that was pretty big. And we were chosen among the best new apps. And this is actually scroll a bit, so we're off to the side. But in the US and 40 other countries. And users love it too. So they say, delicious photos, super nice design, easy to follow recipes, and comprehensive nutritional values. Hands down, the best looking food app I've seen. But they can never get enough recipes, right? So had there been more recipes, I'd given it 5 stars, 4 stars. But we find this to be a very exciting area to work within. So we want to innovate around cooking with iOS devices. And we feel like we've only begun to explore what's possible. So to give an example of what that could be, maybe Force Touch can be used to weigh ingredients as suggested by Huawei and their new phone, which also has something called Force Touch. And right now, Filobaba is mostly just me. So I'm looking for a developer. And if you're interested, I'd be happy to talk to you in the break or afterwards. So, thank you.